I like the fact that I don't know everything. I chase the fact I haven't achieved everything because that's part of the chase.
You said, I'm going to be the first ever Black AEW champion. Why were you so sure of that?
I wasn't sure. That's something I have to believe. And if I believe it, the fans will believe it. And if the fans believe it, that's what gets you to those championship moments.
You've carried yourself like a main eventer the entire time you've been in AEW. That's not something we saw in WWE.
I don't know if I gave them the belief at the time. I gave them the talent, but the belief is a different thing.
When did you start believing?
It takes losing the job to really believe it.
What did Wembley mean to you the first time around?
Wembley was great. I could never write that scenario in my career.
Do you approach the feud with Hangman as hero versus villain?
I approach it as two men. What do they want?
What does Swerve want?
Sometimes I just want to...
Do you ever think about how much longer you could do this?
It's not about how much I have. It's about what I'm comfortable stopping at.
You just signed a new deal.
Oh, yeah.
What went into wanting to remain at AEW?
So...
You're looking bigger. Are you bigger?
I am definitely bigger. And it's like miserable maintaining it.
What do you mean?
Maintaining it. Because like there's times where I'm like in bed and I'm like, I gotta get one more something in.
Like you have to get the calories?
Yeah. Because then like I remember because Applebee's my go-to. Like at it's 11:45, 12. Most places are closing down. So I just like, let me order just like a salmon and asparagus and rice. And it gets there, and I'm like, I don't even have the energy to like use a fork. I'm just picking at it with my hands to my mouth, and like in bed, just feeling like.
Are you trying to hit a certain calorie number per day?
It's more like just eating whatever's in sight. Even if I'm
you're
like
at that point,
yeah,
like a real dirty bulk.
Yeah, anything that's in front of me, I gotta just like eat it, boom, eat it, and he's like, don't even worry about like calorie or counting a macro or nothing, just eat it.
I don't know. You don't look like a guy who's just eating everything in sight.
Well, like we train so hard. Like my personal trainer was like training me like grinding me like crazy in the gym, and like so I'm doing like mass amounts of volume. So he's like, you're not going to get fat. Your genetics is just not going to allow you to get fat. I've been training you for 2.5 years, and you never, even when you dirty bulked, you never got fat. You just got big and maybe bloated at times, but you're not going to get fat. So he's like, you just got to eat past that.
How big are you trying to get?
I don't even know. I didn't know I could get this. I didn't even know I could get to this.
Yeah, you look big.
Like, oh, thank you. So it's honestly like, oh man, like I got to a point. It was like, I didn't even know I could do this. What more can I do? So it's like, that's the addiction to it. It's like, what more can I possibly do?
What a great mindset to have just in life, right? Of like,
that's how my whole career has always been. I never thought I'd make it to this point. So I was like, oh, now that I did it, I was like, what more can I do? It's like finding more rooms and doors in a house that you figure you already discovered everything about it. Now you're just like, oh, what's more down here? Oh, so now you open up this and it's like, oh, we have a basement. You explore the basement. Now you're like, oh, there's a cave in the basement that takes you to a tunnel that takes you to. I'm like, there's so much more to the house. So that's what that's what keeps my journey always moving forward. I'm just always trying to discover what more I could do. Happened in music too. I just wanted to make a song.
Yeah.
And it was like, what if I made a song with a feature? What if I write the whole song? What if I like tried this? What if I tried this? And then like, what if I did a video? What if I did a video off like in like another city? And like, what if I rented like a space to do a video? So it just kept evolving into like other things. You know, the gym actually helped me with that too. When I really started going crazy in that, it was just like, I never was able to bench 225 multiple times. You know, I was like, I get 2 reps hard, you know, but like.
Yeah, with the spotter.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, he got me to 315. And I'm like.
Geez, 3 plates.
Yeah. So I'm like, what more can I do? And then so like, that's where I get the addiction to just keep trying to do more and do different. So I'm not ever competing with anybody else. I'm competing with myself.
This reminds me of like, and is a sentence in itself. So like, you know, someone can say something, you could say, and?
Yeah.
And then more gets added on, and?
Yeah.
And then even more gets added on.
And not to mention just the fact that like it builds your confidence a little bit more too. So now the stuff you were afraid to do like 2 steps before, that's easy. You're not afraid of those things anymore.
You've truly leveled up.
Yeah. So like, why was I afraid of this? Like, why was I nervous? Why did I used to get like this anxiety, this anxious feeling of like even trying to do this. Like now, like you just do it now. You know, I try to instill that in my kids too a little bit more. I'm like, no, push harder, push more, push more. But I'm afraid I'm like, once you push past that, this isn't even going to be a fear anymore. Now you're going to get addicted. Like, what more can I do? Now the fear becomes like a joy.
I think we hear this phrase, get out of your comfort zone, and people just think of it as a phrase and not actually like putting into practice of like, what are the things that actually make you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Go do those and then realize that doesn't make you feel uncomfortable anymore.
Yeah. It's facing fear in a sense, but like it's not always the feeling of fear. It's just a feeling of uncomfort. And I think people confuse the two. It's like, you're not afraid of it. You're just uncomfortable. There's nothing to fear in any of this stuff. Like, especially when you like, that's why I relate to Fight Club is my favorite movie so much. I relate to it so much because once you hit rock bottom, like there's everything you can do.
Yeah.
Like once you go so low that you can't go any lower, all the fear is gone. Like there's no like, oh, what's the worst that can happen? It already happened. You've experienced it. And if you're still around and you're still alive and you can still make money, you can still make things happen at rock bottom. Now you have no ceiling.
What was that for you in your professional career? What was that rock bottom moment?
I would say just like just the independent grind between like the 2011, 12, 13. It was just like, it was the point of just spinning wheels over and over again. That's also when both my daughters were born. And so it's just like, okay, now it's like making very little money, no car, 2 daughters to feed, 2 different households. And it's like, but I still have the military, but like it's just all these commitments.
Yeah.
So I was like, but it took me like a good couple years to really find my footing and my groove to really get into, to like, just to maintain. Like, okay, that's settled. That's handled. All right, this is still behind, but I can figure something out. I think that's where it was. It was just like the process of figuring it out.
When do you think you actually had a chance to finally catch your breath with that stuff?
Oh, Lucha Underground.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Yeah. But I had a good, like, also I always tell people, ask for help. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help. People are so like, ashamed or like have this pride and thing about like, no, I can stand on my own feet. Like, I don't want to ask for handouts. I'm like, no, asking for help is no problem. Like, you can't do this by yourself either. Not like nobody can build anything by themselves. So, like, ask for help. Yeah.
So as you're looking ahead and you're saying you want more and trying to figure out what more can you do, what do you think that looks like for you?
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
And like the world is the oyster now at this point, so it's like, I want like music on the freaking Times Square built, like, you know what I mean? Like advertised and stuff like that. I want to compete with billboards. I want to do like, and people are going to look at it as like, no, that's like outrageous for me to think like that. You're not that good at this. You're not that good at this. I know I'm not. That's the journey. Like, I like the fact that I don't know everything. I chase the fact that I don't know everything. I chase the fact I haven't achieved everything, because that's part of the chase.
So is the focus mainly on music now? Is it also on wrestling? How do you split the time between those?
I feel like they're kind of one and the same now. Like, I've done so much with wrestling that's like, that kind of got me into the doors with music in a lot of different ways. Artists look at me a little bit more like in a unique kind of like space, because I know what I'm talking about because I do it weekly on TV.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, he's not full of shit. So like, there's something here to it. Now we just got to see if he's good. But I've done all the work and like done all the like the writing camps. I've like studied and like performed, and I've actually like, competed in songs with like super MCs like Mickey Fax, who is like, shout out to Mickey Fax, who's like literally teaching college courses on hip hop with Lupe Fiasco and competing against some of the greatest lyricists out there in the world, getting like nurtured and tutored by him and John Connor, who's like a Shady Aftermath former artist, so like Teezy's, like just like all these guys, like Benny the Butcher. Like, I had to compete on songs with these guys lyrically. So I'm not like, once again, it's uncomfortable to like step in a booth with like, I'm really not that seasoned yet. But these guys have been doing it for like 15, 20 years, have gold plaques and are on songs with J. Cole, songs with like with Eminem and Dr. Dre produced records. These guys is who I'm on songs with.
Yeah.
So that's the uncomfortable room I have to put myself into to feel like I can compete, to have these dreams and aspirations to do like the stuff that I really want to do.
So at this point, music is probably still a challenge, right? You're still trying to figure that out. Yeah. And with great respect to your amazing career in the ring, wrestling's probably coming a little bit more easy now.
Yes. Yeah. Because once wrestling more became just a mental thing.
Yeah.
That's where I was like, okay, I think I've maxed, I wouldn't say I maxed it out because there's always more to learn because the business is always ever changing.
Yeah.
And styles and all that stuff. But now it's like what looks good for camera. Now I feel like I have that. That's locked in. The wrestling ability is always going to be tougher because I'm going to get older. My body's going to get a little banged up more. My body's going to go through changes and shapes and all that stuff. The style's going to change. It's going to become a little bit more demanding every time. So it's more just keeping up with the body. But as long as you know how to work a camera, you're always going to be on TV. You're always going to have a match. You're always going to be used. So it's like once I've figured out mastering the camera is where I figured it. Like that's where I got it.
Do you feel like you have to compartmentalize? Music is one part of your brain. Wrestling is another part of your brain. Like, are they both able to be on at the same point in time?
There's times where like I will find patterns that work for both.
Oh, like what?
Like rhythm, being in sync and the beats and stuff, timing, knowing when to like have space out like a snare to like you're dropping your punchline and stuff, or in like catching the 1 and the 2. Same thing with like footwork in the ring. It's timing. It's a space. It's like if we're all on the same beat, like the Ospreys and the Young Bucks and stuff. That's why we mesh so well because we're all on sync and on the same beat. It's almost like a orchestra. Like I can kind of count him in, on when things to like catch on and stuff. And then like music is like being in sync with somebody else on a record too, and like knowing when to catch a beat, knowing when to like, man, it's just there's then when you're performing the music, it's very similar. When you're performing to the crowd and knowing when to like control the crowd interaction in the same way.
Yeah.
Get them to educate them on what the song is, who's on the record, when the beat drops, get them in sync with this. It's very much very similar. So sometimes I'm like, music is coming into play when I'm doing the wrestling. Sometimes wrestling comes into play when I'm doing the music.
Do you take your inspirations for wrestling from music at all?
I
mean, I feel like the way you look, like you come to the ring like you look like a hip hop star.
Like that's, I definitely took like, oh man, I would say there's been vignettes I've used from music.
Okay.
To go into wrestling.
Yeah.
In a sense. Because I'm like, oh man, I love the way like Kid Cudi has a great way of like entering a show or entering like a music video. I use them same camera angles. Or I've used horror movies, of course, like in certain themes and like ways to like brings life to a scene, into a backstage or into a match. I've used like certain camera ways and like the long hallway scene type deal, like crawling.
Yeah.
Has been used in like when Ricochet was like getting me with scissors and stuff. I've used those scenes and stuff. So then music wise, it's like, it's all about how certain like sonic sounds and frequencies make you feel. And so it's basically about matching those. Like, how do I want you to feel about these words that I'm saying? How do I want you to feel about these actions that I'm doing into this ring? How do I want the crowd to feel? What's the response? So I would say like a lot of those things. There's a lot of different like avenues of media that are playing in my head at the same time when it comes to music, wrestling, like the camera, all of it.
We'll get right back to the conversation in just a second. This episode is brought to you by Jordan Craig, and they've got a massive Black Friday sale going on right now. 30% off site-wide. Check out Jordan Craig's latest styles and streetwear at jordancraig.com. And if you happen to be watching this after Black Friday, that's okay. Just use the code CVV for 15% off anything site-wide. What I'm wearing here right now and what I've worn during a lot of interviews is the Uptown crewneck sweatshirt. All of their fleece is fantastic. So is their denim, so is their outerwear, really everything. Braun Strowman wore Jordan Craig denim during his WrestleMania 39 match, and he looked great while doing it. This coat that former AEW champion Swerve Strickland wore, that, my friends, is from Jordan Craig. So head to jordancraig.com to take advantage of their 30% off site-wide Black Friday sale, or if you're watching this after Black Friday, use that code CVV for 15% off at jordancraig.com.
What was the inspiration behind that photo of you backstage after you won the AEW championship?
Oh, that was a Ryan Loco. He's like, I've been wanting to do this shot with you for so long. So he just like got me in the corner, and like there was the bathroom scene, and did the Kobe style photo.
Yeah, it felt a lot like a Kobe style photo.
And I wish because Kobe was wearing a Jeff Hamilton jacket, which he's the one that usually does a lot of my jackets. I wish I had the Jeff Hamilton jacket that I was wearing in that photo. Then it would have kind of matched, but it was like I didn't have that one at the time, but it just felt like a moment in time. You just want to capture it like a time capsule.
Yes.
And that's also became a thing where like I'm wearing certain, like when I wear certain gear and wear certain things, I want the fans to know, oh, he wore that gear during this moment. Oh, he wore that gear on this match. It's like the gear matches the moment, and the story is being told in this moment in this match. You know, the Majin Super Boo was being Ricochet at Revolution. You know, Predator, Buck Hunting, Anarchy in the Arena. You know, Mr. Terrific, Forbidden Door, Okada. So all these now that I'm signing these figures at these conventions and stuff. People like bring these up. It's like, I remember exactly where you were when you did this and wore this one. You wore this when you faced Sting at Wembley, and you wore this one. I'll never forget it in Dynasty. This is the Dynasty gear. So like I always make sure like I kind of time encapsulate my gear.
So much has happened since you were on the show. I think it was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2023, you were on the show. And
it was right before Texas Death.
That's right. It was right before that. And you sat across from me and you said, I'm going to be the first ever AEW Black champion. And you also said, I'm going to be one of the next AEW champions.
Yeah.
Why were you so sure of that?
I wasn't sure, but but that's something like I was just putting in the universe because I felt the momentum that I was gaining at the time. And I was like, it has to be some point soon. It has to be. I was never like sure. I was never reassured. It wasn't even written in my contract that I had to be world champion by X amount of time. I didn't have any of those specialties that I didn't have any of the commitments. I didn't have any promises. It was just like, that's something I have to believe. And if I believe it, the fans will believe it. And if the fans believe it, that's what gets you to those championship moments. You know,
I feel like you've carried yourself like a main eventer the entire time you've been in AEW. And that's not something I think we saw from you in WWE.
Yeah.
Why do you think you're presented in such a different way here?
I would say like this. I explained it to somebody. It's like you can have a talented quarterback drafted number one. If he's not in an organization that allows him to be a franchise quarterback, he's not going to play like a franchise quarterback. So your quarterback and your talent on a team is only as good as your organization allows you to be. If they don't allow you to be as great as you possibly could be, then you're not. Like imagine like a lot of these like great quarterbacks that came through in franchises that were, if they had Bill Belichick.
This sounds like the Cleveland Browns, by the way. And I'm a Browns fan, so.
You know, y'all have history of doing this.
Yeah.
But, you know, like it could be like even like a Caleb Williams, like, you know, like he's turning it around a little bit more on the Bears this season. And, you know, but like imagine if he had like a great organization, like a Cam Ward on a great organization would probably be front runner rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Right. As we speak right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I felt like in NXT. Like the organization wasn't surrounding me to position me as a franchise player because they didn't believe it. And for like certain things is like I don't know if I gave them the belief anyway at the time. I gave them the talent. That's why they had me there. You know, they have talented people there, but the belief is a different thing. You know, they just knew they had a prospect.
When did you start believing that in yourself?
It takes like losing the job to really believe it. Also feel like I was too giving. I was especially when they handed me Hit Row. Like I felt like Triple H wanted me to be LeBron on the Heat, scoring, not passing the ball. That's why I don't think we did as well. I think I should have gotten the ball and been the LeBron with the team. You know what I mean? You know, like when he lost in the finals with the Mavericks, I feel like I should have been like, no, give me the ball. I feel like that was one of those moments. Like I didn't take that initiative strongly enough, and like been like the franchise guy.
So when you got let go from WWE, did you start to go, I've got to change something?
Yes.
Right?
Oh yeah.
At that point,
I got to elevate. Yeah.
You didn't have a job at that point.
Yeah. I knew like there was like feelers that were reaching out with AEW. I kind of heard through the grapevine about things like that, but it was just like, if I'm going to go over there, I have to be the one to take the ball. I have to be the one to lead. I have to be the one that's like, undeniably, this is a guy that we're putting all of our resources around and we won't allow to fail.
I just feel like within the first few months of you being in AEW, there was this kind of idea online of like, wait, that guy was in NXT? That guy? Mm-hmm. I don't remember seeing that guy doing these things.
Yeah.
Like you leveled it up a ton. Which
worked in my favor because they didn't have anything to compare me to. Like that, like there's a lot of people are like, who's that? Who's this? Like on the day that I did the contract signing at Revolution, I was just like, I can take this as like a disrespectful way and be like bitter about it and feel petty. Or I can be like, I could use this as my favor and be like, okay, they don't know me. This is a fresh start. I can literally, like, once again, that rock bottom feel. There's nowhere else to go but up.
Yeah.
I'm not having to like compare myself or work towards like what I did in the past. Like I felt like that was so tough for like a Bryan Danielson because he was coming from being Daniel Bryan.
Right.
Like he's a Hall of Famer. That in itself is a Hall of Famer. So Bryan coming in to like, I'm Bryan Danielson. And for people that only know him as being Daniel Bryan to doing what he did in Bryan Danielson in AEW, that's a whole nother Hall of Fame career in just like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Like of him doing what he's did here in AEW. So I feel like he had a huge, like, that's a lot of shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Like for yourself, you know, Moxley the same way.
Yeah.
You know, Moxley reinvented himself 3-4 times here in AEW.
Yeah.
You know, like those guys had it harder than I did. I feel like because they had this huge reputation. They had the big names. They're coming in like a already successful, super successful careers in WWE to like, oh, I hope he's better than what we seen there, or like, oh, he's not as good as what we saw over there, or like, you know, they already had the comparison.
Yet you're able to come into AEW, 10 plus years experience, and maybe people really weren't that familiar with you.
Yeah, I was like, I'll teach you everything about me right here. I like that. I like that kind of stuff.
When do you think the fans started to believe in you the way that you believed in you?
I would say, I would really say the whole trajectory and the turn up was, I think it started with me and Orange Cassidy actually, and the Double or Nothing Battle Royal where it came down to just me and him. Because of like, I could have been like sour about not getting a singles match on the pay-per-view and whatever, like my placement. I'm like, I'm in a Battle Royal. But I was like, it was like what I was talking about before is like, just give me an opportunity to show what I can really do, and not just like, just show what I can do. People really have a misconception of like taking the best with what the time you're given, of like what you can do. So do everything that you can in that time. No, it's about make that time valuable, make that time worth it, make you feel something within that time. Like educate the crowd and have them learn something new about you that they didn't know before. in the 4 minutes. It can be done. I've done it plenty of times. I was in NXT and I lost to Leon Ruff in 4 minutes. Do you remember it? Exactly. Because people just remember me kicking Leon Ruff in the back of the head when he was upside down. They remember the moments of those things.
Yeah.
But it all started from like just me losing to him in 3-4 minutes. And I'm a former like Evolve, MLW, CW, whatever champion, all of that going into NXT. But it was just like, what can I make you feel in those 4 minutes? Even making you feel disgusted that I lost to a Leon Ruff in NXT in 4 minutes. I can still make you feel that.
Yeah.
And I'll make you feel sorry for Leon Ruff for beating me in 4 minutes. So there's like, those are the questions I start asking myself. Just like with the Battle Royal, I was like, what can I make you feel about me and Orange Cassidy, the last two in this Battle Royal? What can I make you feel in those moments? I can make you feel sorry. I can make you feel like, oh no, Orange, there's no way he's beating him. I can make you feel like, what? He beat him? I can make you feel like, oh, he's going to get him back after he beats him. Like, I can make you feel all these different things in those 4 minutes. And that's all I asked for. And then me and Orange, I'm like, let's give him a show. And sure enough, it was like a really dramatic up and down, suspenseful finish that led to me getting a 17-minute match with Orange Cassidy on TV for the international title, which people still thought I was going to beat him then. So that's where I got people believing, because people just like were like, oh no, this is it. Oh, like they weren't like, yeah, this is going to be a good match, but like, oh, he might actually hurt Orange. Oh, there's no way Orange is winning this. Oh man, like now you got him thinking a little bit further than just the match quality.
Yeah. What did Wembley mean to you the first time around? Not only are you there in front of all of those people,
yeah,
but you get to work with Sting.
That was it. Like Wembley was great, but it was like Sting. It's Sting and one of my good friends, Darby. It's like in a legend that I grew up watching with Christian as my tag partner.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, like I could never write that scenario in my career. Once again, it's like it's exceeding what I thought I could do.
Well, there was a point in time where it's like, we didn't think Sting would wrestle again.
No.
And then he had that one cinematic match. It's like, okay, cool. We saw him wrestle again.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And then somehow that turned into a run.
But that's, again, like we go back to what I was saying in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's just like he had to build his confidence. It's just like, what more can I do?
Yeah, didn't Darby convince him that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't know himself, and it took help. It took him getting help to be like, yes, you can. And he was like, and he had to believe it. Then after he did the one, it was like, you know what more can I do? So he goes through another door. Oh, I could do more. And then he goes through another door. Then you get to Wembley. It just all starts with like just opening up that confidence and getting out of the comfort zone.
What was it like putting a match together with Sting?
Man, like it's awesome because he understands like moments of like how do we make this feel the biggest moment we can make possible. How do I make that feel bigger? How do you make that feel bigger? The spots are going to be there because we're us. We can do it. We're all, and everybody is like has a good attitude about it, making things feel great. So like you just rehash this history. You know, Christian and Sting have history from like back in TNA and stuff. So you can bring that back. Me and Darby have history and stuff. You know, like, but then you also get to create new history and new magic with like me and Christian never tagged before. Like, how do we work as like people on the same team? You know, it was like a lot of just like great minds just wanting to make great moments.
So what's an example of making a big moment feel even bigger?
It was just like a feeling of just like that coffin. That coffin is like, who's going in it? Who's going in it? Who's going in it? Is this how we end Sting's career? We put him in a coffin, you know, or like Darby's crazy enough to go into a coffin. What's he going to do on it? Then it's like, oh my, like, then you just so like, okay, with different ways can we play with like teasing the coffin? And I think one of the biggest moments is like, which if you look at the AEW book that just came out, it's like Sting having the baseball bat, me closing it, and it's just
what a moment, right?
It's like a moment, big moment. It's like what?
Because Sting goes in fully in, and you're like, oh, that's it.
This is it.
He lost.
Yep.
And then you slam it shut, but the bat's just sticking out.
Because we always get the tease of like, no. So I was like, like the speed of like, especially if you're watching from way up there, you're like, oh, it's over. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, so
especially if you're sitting on the other side of the arena.
Yeah.
The coffin looks closed.
Yeah. And the camera shot of like it closing, then cut to like the bat right there. And then like me going in and like it's closed, it's over. Nope, my fingers are out.
Like, that looked painful.
Oh God, yeah. But it's like so much suspense, and that's how you make moments. The moments is like, all right, what's this fans waiting for? And you just play with it.
You're hanging halfway out of the coffin.
Yeah.
Darby goes up and gives you the coffin drop onto the coffin.
Yeah.
Man, that
which was a second coffin drop on the coffin because he went from the top to the floor on the coffin too.
That's right. It was already dented.
Freak of nature.
That looked like it hurt so much.
I was asking people like, it was chill.
It was chill?
It was chill. I was like, what does that mean? I don't know what that even means.
There's a spot where you're on the outside. You're laying on a table.
Yeah.
And Sting goes to put you through the table, and the table won't break.
With big Sting.
He's a big dude.
Yeah. Which shocked me. And I was like big at the time too. So I was like, that's another one of those moments. Even like you can make oh man, it was supposed to break, but it's like, it's Sting. We just want to see Sting do wild stuff. So like, do it again. Hell yeah. Not that way, but okay. Like,
well, I guess it worked.
But it's Sting. We just want to see Sting like do wild shit, you know? And that's like the best part about I can't stand when like everybody wants everything to go so perfect. I'm like, no, we find magic in the imperfect. That's the beauty of it. That's the organicness of it. You know, that's what makes it feel like a freaking party.
Yeah.
You want wrestling to feel like a party and like not so clean and stuff. No, like parties aren't clean.
Yeah.
You never go to a party and everything's clean. They're at the wrong party then. Like that's what makes AEW so special because it feels like a party every week. Blood and Guts just happened. It felt like a party.
Yeah.
Anarchy in the arenas feel like parties. You know, they feel like you're at a concert and they're like, what concert can people come to you and you like play their instruments in front of your face? That doesn't happen at concerts and at parties and stuff, but it can happen in AEW like place. That's what we capture, something that no other wrestling organization can really do. You know, we have those moments and that feeling of like, dog, I got blown away by this show. You want to come back from a show exhausted.
But man, isn't that tough? Because now you have to top it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This show was so amazing. That spot was so incredible. What are you going to do now?
Well, we were saying that 5 Blood and Guts ago, and we still found a way to do it. I don't know what more there's left to do, but there's always.
But you guys say that every year. Every year.
I remember the Young Bucks 2. I think it was like 2 Anarchy in Arenas ago. They were like, "I never want to do this match again. I never want to do this match again." He's like, it's like, no, I'm just never going to do this match again. And then somehow they got roped into it because of the Bucks, and they can do it. And that's also like the double-edged sword of like, well, you can do it. So I was like, oh, okay. And then they had the most fun in their lives doing this one. Like this last one in Phoenix was a blast. Like the bodies hit the floor, playing all throughout the whole match and all that stuff. All the elements of the characters and people, all main event players too. Like Samoa Joe, Moxley, Kenny, myself, you know, like Willow, like all these elements of guys are like, everybody's equally getting their ass whooped and there's no egos. Nobody's like kind of phasing off and like being left out. The girls got involved, like Marina Shafir and Willow like cooked that match. And now they cooked in Blood and Guts too. So it's like, as I said, like it's a party. Everybody can get involved. You know, like freaking Willow's and me are giving the Meltzer driver to freaking, you know? So where else are you going to see that?
Yeah. Do you ever feel like you push it too far?
Not to a point that's like overly like dangerous as far as I go.
Like you've never felt uncomfortable?
No. Like I'm like I said, I'm in the ring with the best in the world. There's no reason to ever feel uncomfortable with these guys and girls.
So we talked about Wembley 2023 All In.
Yeah.
The next year, Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
He said that's his favorite match ever.
Which is like always like blows my mind to even being considered even in a top 5 or 10 or 15 of Bryan Danielson matches. Like after what he did with Will,
Yeah.
After what he did with Kenny.
Yeah.
And like, rest in peace after what he did with Bray. Like, after what he did with so many greats, like Orton and Triple H and like Batista. Then over here with like just it's blows my mind. I was like, me, little me. But it was just like, I just like, once again, telling like moments and making stories and playing the role that I need to play to get the most out of it. And I always like to go into any match, like, what elements do I have to play with that can make this match not better, but just different from those other great matches that I named.
Yeah.
And I had Brie Bella sitting right there with the kids.
Yeah.
Which that was the key element to the match, was the fact that he wanted to wrestle in front of his kids and he never got to do it. So I was like, I get the honor of being the guy to face off and take advantage of that. So that was like where, like, but that's where the story elements of like Swerve the character always uses family against the opponent. I always pick at the heart of the opponent. That's what took Hangman down, playing with his child. The elements of like teasing him with that. I beat Darby because of Nick Wayne. I've like played with I played mind games with the Acclaimed with Billy Gunn. I always tug at the heartstrings, which is something that Shawn Michaels told me. And so I tug on the heartstrings of Bryan Danielson's family being there, but Bryan, Bryan used it as a strength. He used it as his power, and it turned against me. So that's what fired him up and got him to turn it back against me. I'm the only one that's been able to actually tell and carry that story all the way through that whole year.
How much were you allowed to play with his family sitting there?
I didn't need much. Like, I was just like, I just need a little bit of interaction, but that's about it. That's all I need.
And that's what made that moment at the end after he wins and he's able to celebrate with his family. That's what made it so sweet.
Yeah. Which is something that he was denied when he won at WrestleMania 30.
Yeah.
He never got the chance to like celebrate with his like wife.
Isn't that crazy that they didn't want to like admit that they were a real couple on camera?
They have their weird reasonings and like rules for those kind of things.
It's changed a lot, but to think back,
for sure,
it was 2014 when he had.
But that's something
30.
you never get that chance back.
Of course,
until AEW comes around and offers a chance to do that.
Yeah.
And I rolled out of the ring. I'm like, no, this is you. I didn't want to like, I hate that. Like, great job. I'll get you next time. No, like I was the bad guy. I was the asshole. I need to get out of the way. I lost, So, it's just like, this is for Bryan. Bryan has worked so much and inspired a whole generation of guys. He deserves that kind of moment. It's like, and I know there's people out there like, Swerve deserves a longer title reign. I'm like, sure, but I need to be different and better. And I'll have my time. Bryan's probably never going to have this time again. Let's give Bryan his time. And I'm so like thankful to be one of the guys to be able to do that for him.
Just 2 dates left on the John Cena Farewell Tour. I can't believe this thing is almost over. And I want to give a huge shout out to SeatGeek. If you want to see him at Survivor Series or Saturday night's main event for his final match, SeatGeek has got your back. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including WWE, concerts, sports, festivals, and more. The NFL season is in full swing. The NHL and NBA are going as well. And check this out right here. This is Survivor Series, San Diego, Petco Park, and you can see the tickets right there. Cool thing about SeatGeek is they let you know if these are a good deal or not. So green dots means good. Red means bad, plus every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And yes, you know that I've got a code for you. CVV 2025 is gonna get you 10% off your next set of tickets from SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets when you use that code CVV 2025. Just click the link down below to download the app, and then that code will be automatically applied for Survivor Series, John Cena's last match, or whatever the event is that you're grabbing tickets for. Huge shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode.
Why do you think you have such magic with Hangman in the ring?
Oh, because we both are one sick, individuals. I feel like the thing is like the chemical romance between us is that we need each other. I think that's why it works.
Is it kind of like how Batman needs Joker?
Like, there's no crime in Gotham if Batman's not around.
Scarecrow might do a few things.
But they wouldn't have to like do it the way that they do it.
Right.
They literally have to go overboard to get what they want because Batman exists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that's always the thing is like, is Batman preventing crime or is he creating more crime?
Well,
that's always been the the theory there in the comic, which is why he's such a compelling character because he always creates more villains. So like,
do you approach the feud with Hangman as like hero versus villain?
I approach it as two men. What do they want?
Okay.
What do you want?
What do they want?
Yeah. That's like.
So what does Hangman want and what does Swerve want?
So there's the thing about storytelling in 2025 and 2020s. I would just say this generation, like that. I feel like a lot of the veterans who've been like doing this since the 80s and 90s and stuff like that, it's hard for them to really grasp the type of storytelling we're doing in this age because it's something that wasn't really happening. Like the way that we pull it off, you know, the way that we do it, our audience gets it. And they read this and they go through this and then they make videos about it. They get so inspired because they do this. They like, I don't think they really had that in their generation, that era. So it's like tough for them to like really like, they see it, but they're not like, oh yeah, but we don't get it. You know, it's just a generational thing. It's nothing against them. I just don't think they understand it the way our generation takes in information and watches movies and storytelling and TV shows. It's like a new wave of like storytelling. So we take that style and all those different things of like how we pushed it forward and pushed it and progressed it so much that is happening in a wrestling form. It's kind of like different. So it's not as much like the babyface has to do this, the good guy has to do this, the guy has to girl that like she like has to be a damsel in distress and there has to be this, and then like it's all about the belt. It's all about the belt. It's all about them getting this, and like the good guy eventually wins. And like, no, sometimes the good guys don't win. That's life. But the story still continues on. No, sometimes I don't want to beat you to prove that I'm better. Sometimes I just want to beat you because I don't like you. And that's like hard for the past generation to really conceive that. Like, why are these guys fighting? Well, because this, and that. Yeah, but what do they get? They get validity. The character gets rewarded. Sometimes it's not about where do I go on the show? Like, do I progress to the championship? Because like some people think like you're not successful without a championship. You're not a main eventer without a championship. You're not this without these titles. You're not this. Like, no. People, the connection is what grows you to the title. You know, if they understand what I'm fighting for, what my motives are, and what I'm willing to do to get what I want from those motives, that's where people connect with you. People don't just connect with like, this is the babyface, push them, put them on a poster, put them on this, keep playing them over and over and over again. That like, just because you're showing me him doesn't mean I'm connecting with him. Sometimes they just like to see him wrestle, but they don't want to see him win. They don't care if they see him win. We have to me and Hangman have found a different way to loop it in. Like, no, he has to beat him. No, he has to win. Or it's like, he has to just get his revenge. Oh, he has to get his get back. Oh man, I can't wait till they do. They just want to see us do. They want to see us interact, you know? So we've tapped into something of storytelling that's very polarizing. And some people, even still when we were doing it, actively doing it, people couldn't really grasp it yet. They grasped it as we've gone forward. And now they can look back after all the chaos we've caused. Now they're like, I get it now. Because some people want the results first and the work second. But it doesn't work like that. You have to go through the work to get the results.
Hangman burned down your childhood home.
That's motive.
And not only did he burn it down, but then he just sat there as it burned.
But because like, well, I took him to, the whole point was like, I wanted to drag him down to show him that you're just as bad as I am. And I proved it.
Yeah.
It's like Joker with Batman saying like, you're no better than me. They just glorify you for what you do.
Yeah.
Like, you're deep down, you're just as willing, you're just as dirty as
You
I
either
am.
die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
And that's what happened to Hangman. He's like, dang, I did do all these things. So much that he hurt his friend, Christopher Daniels, the fallen angel.
Yeah.
He hurt his friend.
Yeah.
Because of, I took him to such a place, he can't even, like, he's still remorseful with his friends.
Yeah. He retired Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it worth it? Because do you feel any better? What did that do for you? Nothing. You still feel empty because I never apologize. And so we have like just this magic of like, we know we need each other. Even he doesn't win All In without me.
That's true. Yeah, you passed him the chain.
That he left to me when we had the conversation right before All In and Collision.
Yeah.
Like, I don't extend to the world title without him, but I also don't lose at All In without him. So we kind of need each other. We hate each other, but we need each other. We also made each other better. Like people were talking about Hangman being done, like as a main eventer, as a world champion in 2023. They were like, we gotta look past Hangman. It's Will Ospreay's time now. Like, cause he just wasn't there mentally. He just wasn't there. I broke him, but also I did it intentionally because I know Hangman is that guy. I respect the character of Swerve, respects Hangman. That's why I went after him. I wouldn't go after anybody that I wouldn't get anything from because I had motive. I want to get to the world championship. I want to make history, be the first black world champion in AEW. He's how I can get through to it. So I'm not talking him down. I'm actually talking him up because I know if I move him out of the way, I can get there.
What do you think that you did that really broke Hangman?
Oh, his child, because he's a family man. Because the week prior to that, I had a number one contendership match with Bryan Danielson, which is the 2 times I've lost to Bryan Danielson because of Hangman. So, like, I had the crown about to hit him again. He takes the crown from me, and Bryan Danielson beats me. So he took me away from a title opportunity. So I'm going to take something from him. All's fair in love and war in this whole thing. So that's what caused me to go into his house and invade his house, because people remember the moments. But if they go back and watch closely, there's a reason why we got to that moment.
Where did you even come up with the idea of, I'm going to invade his home? I'm going to go to the place that is most sacred to him.
That's the thing. It was like, what's sacred to you? Family. It's oddly simple. Like, and I think that's what a lot of, like, I try to teach to a lot of wrestlers. I'm like, what does your character want? I want to be the best. So does he. So does he. So does he. So does she. They all want to be the best. What do you want? Why do you want that? If you can't figure out what you want, why are you here? Are you here for political reasons? Are you here for like money reasons, like MJF, because he can buy his way into a promotion? Are you here because of generational talents, like father, mother passed it down to you and so, so you have a legacy to uphold? Are you here for geographical reasons? You move from one country to another, so now it's like so-and-so you represent, like, go back to the 70s and 80s, Iran, and like, you know, you're doing it for your people and all these other things and stuff to free your people. That's why you're here. Like, what are you here for? What do you want? Once you can figure these reasons out, that's when you start figuring out the motive. Like, both Professor X and Magneto want equality among the mutants. But one just wants them to live amongst the humans. One wants to wipe out all the humans for mutants to just have equality.
I love all these pop culture references.
It's right there.
Yeah.
So it's like, so they both want the same thing, but both are going to two differently opposite things to get what they want.
So what's your why as we head into 2026?
That's going to be the tricky part. That's going to be the interesting thing about the next evolution of Swerve, which is something that out of everything that I've done, I'm fully 100% like proud of the fact that I always have a switch to turn. I always have a motive, always have an evolution. I always have like people feeling something different about me without me doing anything. And that's what I feel like I learned from Lucha Underground. Just like playing with the camera and playing with story and figuring out like, all right, I only have this to work with. What can I make like all these people watching the show feel something? And just like, if not just feel, but relate to something with this little that I'm given. And that's what Kill Shot was. I was given a lot, but once I did a lot with very little, there was very little I couldn't do when I got a lot.
Do you want that AEW championship back?
Of course.
And look who has it right now.
What do you know? And why does he have it?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of like different ways which I'm super like proud of the main event talent scene that we have in AEW, because now there's a bunch of different ways we can go.
Yeah.
It's like, I will say the end of 2025 going into 2026 is going to be one of the most like interesting of the last couple years, because our main event scene is just so dynamic. And then they're all powerhouse and they're all hungry too. Motivated guys, you know, and we have a lot of mixing up to do.
Do you have just an insane threshold for pain?
No, I actually suck at pain.
I don't know about that.
I'm terrible at pain. I'm awful.
So what is it? You're just adrenaline's through the roof?
I sometimes I just like astral project and just like my body just leaves itself for like a couple seconds. Then it comes back and it's like, ow, why did I do that? Type of feel. So I gotta kind of like go thoughtless for a little bit and then it comes back to me.
What made you think you could do that syringe spot?
It was just something that I don't think has been seen on American soil, television wise, in a major promotion like that in a while. Because it's something that's like, why would you do that? Why would anybody do that? Good, that's why I'm doing it.
Well, you know, people already have a fear of needles.
Yeah.
So like just seeing the needle in itself is like, ooh, that makes me feel uncomfortable.
That's the point. Like if you're sitting at home, you're already getting uneasy.
Yeah.
Which we have so many things of like little small things that makes people uneasy. I knew a syringe would like make people feel uneasy.
It went through your cheek.
Yeah. All the way through.
Come on.
Yep. All the way through. I think I still have the needle. I think I do.
How much did that hurt?
I felt it. Like, and it's hard to gauge that with like I could be like, and I could give it to you. You're like, oh my God. So like our pain threshold to anybody could be like just completely different.
Yeah.
So it could be like, yeah, it wasn't that bad. Like Darby Allin, it was chill. Like that would kill me, Darby.
What did you think about the reaction to that online? Because there were some people that were like, oh, wow, that's crazy. And then there were other people that were like, that's too much.
That's stupid. That's dumb. That's like, why would you do that? Well, you're talking about it. It's the moment. It's the moment. And I wouldn't do that with anybody else. Right there, unsanctioned, cage with Hangman. Like somebody that like I was just already depleted because I got powerbombed on a cinder block right before that. So I'm like, it's just punishment. He's like, we've already took it so far. He already burned down my house. There's like, where else further do you go for someone that you hate? And it was just like something that was just like, he hates me that much to just like do something like that came out of his boot. Like he had that. So that was something like he just wanted to just punish me with.
Where did you even get where did you come up with the idea? And then how did you know that that was the spot to like, this is the match, we got to do this?
I'd had no ideas. I just do. Hangman just does. Hangman just drinks my blood. Okay. I'm taped in my hands. I can't move. I can't stop him if I wanted to. He just does. Hangman just does.
After the syringe, you took an unprotected chair shot to your head that was like Attitude Era level chair shot, like ECW type of chair shot. That thing was so loud.
Mm-hmm. it felt like I got punched in the head from two fists. It was like from two different sides of like the skull. It's honestly, it was like it was very John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, end of a movie, pow, you're dead. It's just as simple as that. Like, there's nobody coming to help you. We're off in the middle of nowhere. You've gone so far as doing bad things, from doing bad things to earn the success. It's going to catch up to you. And that's what happened to my character. I've done all these bad things, invaded people's homes, kidnapped people, jumped, like, beaten a 18-year-old kid up to a bloody pulp in this ring where his dad passed away. Like, I've done horrible things of like just despicable things, all for my own glory and all my own success. I did it for selfish reasons. You know, I made history, but it was ultimately for the wrong things. It's like the character at the end of a movie, a drug movie. It's like, man, you're doing horrible things to make it to the empire. We're rooting for you because deep down, like, we understand why you're doing it, but ultimately you're ruining the community. You're hurting people, innocent people that there's other like people that are getting hurt from the things that you're doing that you don't even know about. So there's like all this residual effects from what you're doing as well. Like, dude, it's just so much bad karma. It's got to come back to you. And that's basically what it was. It's like, wow.
What's interesting about that is your character's done diabolical things, awful things, and yet people will still cheer you.
People cheered John Dillinger, and he was robbing banks.
Yeah.
You know, like, openly people like cheered him, you know, took pictures with him. He was a hero. And that's our society. That's what we like. We make like documentaries of Ed Gein.
Yeah.
That go number one.
Yeah.
Because that's our society.
Number one show on Netflix for a while was the Jeffrey Dahmer thing.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
It's like we take, like, I don't know, we just we glorize these people that do bad things, and then then what we do, we peel back the layers and show, oh, they're just like us. You know, he just had mommy issues. Oh, you know, they peel back the more layers and be like, oh, he's relatable. I understand him. Actually, like, wait, why are we doing this? And we have to sit back and be like, wait, why? Like, what are we doing here? Like, you know, so that's our society. We just like even people that like we know are bad people. We see them on social media all the time, but we can't stop watching them. And if you watch them for so long, you listen to them for so long and listen to these words for so long, like, you kind of start, honestly, you know what? I kind of see where he's coming from. You kind of start to like, and that's where they become the heroes and you cheer for them.
Where do you think things changed for you, where it went from just being a cool entrance song, a fun dance that Nana was doing, to doing what you're doing now?
I don't think there's much of a difference anymore. I think it's just like,
but it's so much more than that, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's time. I just think everything's about time. You just like, I don't know. It's like, it's something about just like you get enough time. Like, it's almost like I compare it to somebody coming to your house for the first time compared to somebody coming to your house for the last 5 years. It's like, first time you're like, don't go in my fridge. Like, keep like, you know, like, what are you doing going upstairs? Like, hold up, what's going on? Like, you know, now after 5 years of me coming over to your house, you're like, oh yeah, grab a drink. It's in the fridge.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you see my wife? Yada, yada, yada. Oh, she's upstairs. Go upstairs and grab her, have her to come down and stuff. You just get comfort over time. And I feel like that's what I like every day, every Wednesday or Saturday, Collision or Dynamite or pay-per-view, people are welcoming you into their home. So it is the same thing. It's like, oh, I'm comfortable now with this character. You know, I'm becoming like more like understanding them more, you know? Like, so they grow a bond with you over time. And if you don't have the time with people, it's just not going to be like that. They're not going to put you on their wall, you know, they're not going to like let their kid like buy your figure or something because you don't know them.
Mhm.
Like you have to connect with them. Like you're not gonna like it's all these things are like you're literally welcoming this character into your home. So with time that they feel like they know you in a sense, and then even doing podcasts and stuff like that, they didn't be like, I want to know the person outside of who I'm watching on the television show. I want to know the person behind that.
On the flip side of that, AEW's become your home.
Oh yeah.
And you just signed a new deal.
Oh yeah.
What went into wanting to remain at AEW for a much longer length of time?
Oh yeah. Just like everything, like I was just like, it was like me and Tony Khan were bonding as well. I didn't get that, I didn't get that trust yet, from him. And once I like finally was like, not only just to trust to like just do what I want on TV. I think people think it's like, oh, just do what you want on TV. It's like, no, it's not like that. It's like it's trust to be like, I need something done on TV that will work. You're the guy to do it. That's a different trust. Because I'm like, one thing I've like, which I got back to, I got this information from like Paul White, Big Show. I was like, we were sitting at catering one day. It was like also one of the times I was just coming off tagging with Keith Lee. So I was like in that little singles void, which happens to everybody. It doesn't happen just at AEW. It happens everywhere in wrestling. When a tag team's been tagging, then you split off and like, all right, what do these two guys do? Who's going where, what? So he was just like, one thing that I've always respected about John Cena, and you talked to the man, I was like, he always brought Vince what he wanted. He always made sure Vince got what he wanted. He's the only guy I've ever seen. I sat in Gorilla and watched him where before he would go out there, he would say, Vince, what do you want? What are you looking for? And he would go out there and gave him exactly what he was looking for, exactly what he wanted. And he came back and Vince was like, that's what I was looking for. So Vince was like, that's my guy to get exactly what I'm looking for. Whether you agree with it or not, whether you like it or not, he's going to come back and give this guy what he wants. And that's why Cena is where Cena is.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Let me flip my mindset for like always thinking I know what the best thing is. Let me just find out, what does he want? Tony, what are you looking for out of this? And if it's just a good match, cool. Simple. You got it. Hey, Tony, what do you need out of this promo? I need this things. You got it.
Mm-hmm.
No bickering back and forth. No, I don't think it should go this way. And I was just like, no, what do you need? How do you see it happening? How much time do you want? You got it. And that's where I started building the trust with Tony. And that's where things started opening up more and more and more.
And I think that people think that that's, I would think a wrestling promoter would believe they're being clear. Like, all right, it's you versus this person. They know what you have in mind or what you should be doing.
It's tough because we're artists at the end of the day.
But to ask someone like, what is your intention for this? That completely changes it.
It does.
Yeah.
It's like, and it also shows Tony, I'm in it for the product. I'm not in it for me. I'm in it for what does AEW need? Hey, Tony, where do you need me for the next couple months? You need me in this space? Okay, cool. I have some ideas if you like yada, yada, yada. And he's like, okay, what do you think? Because I don't have anything really here. Well, here's what we can do if it gets to this, ultimately, which is what you want.
Is Tony pretty collaborative to work with?
Always. Like, and I think Tony has gotten really, he's grown so much more as like an individual, a business owner, a promoter, a booker, in a sense of knowing his talent and knowing what he can do with certain talents and putting them in the right spaces to succeed. I think he's gotten so much better at that, and now we're seeing a lot of like, that's why the talent pool is so tough right now. And it's hard for people to just come into the company like it was year one. I wasn't here year one, so it's hard for me I can't really talk about it like that. But just from my time of being here day one, it's like, it's a little harder because he knows he has the certain talent that gives him what he wants and what he's looking for.
Man, Black Friday and Cyber Monday are almost here, and they have a tendency to turn smart shoppers into impulse buyers because, everything's 50% off. Rocket Money helps you stay focused on your budget and not on those discounts, which may not even be real discounts. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow grow your savings. If you've got a goal you'd like to save for, Rocket Money can analyze your accounts to find the best time each month to put that money aside for whatever it is you're saving up for. Rocket Money has saved users over $2.5 billion. Yeah, that's billion with a B, including over $880 million in canceled subscriptions alone. Their 10 million members save up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/CVV today. That's rocketmoney.com/CVV.
Who have you not worked with yet that you can't wait to have a one-on-one match with?
Kyle O'Reilly, man. I've been asking for Kyle O'Reilly for so long. We interacted in the Battle Royal, the 2-ring Battle Royals and stuff, but that was it. And that was when Bobby Fish was still here, you know? And Buddy Matthews. Man, like, rest up. Hope he comes back soon, man, because he's a beast.
Have you worked with Kyle Fletcher yet?
Yes. He was my first title defense, actually.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But man, like, he's grown so much more since then. He's
so talented.
He's grown like immensely since then. So, like, another match with him would be incredible.
Especially like this iteration of Kyle Fletcher.
But like, that's growth. He's had growth. He has motive. He knows what he wants. He knows who he is, you know? And that's the beautiful thing. Like, that's what I look forward to seeing where these guys go, you know? I'm like, he's good now, but man, what he's going to do in X amount of years, X amount of matches. Like, Kevin Knight's another one of those guys. It's like, man, like, what he's great now. What he's going to do in these next couple of years is going to be incredible, you know? There's so many people. Like, I can't wait to see what Tekla does. I can't wait to see what Megan Bain does. You know, like, there's so many people that I'm just like looking forward to, like, their growth, to like what their full potential is going to be.
You know, people still think that staple gun to your tongue was fake.
I don't know how. There's really not one staple has ever been fake. Not one. Like, the photo of me and Hangman, like, those staples stayed in me the entire match from the beginning all the way to the end.
Like, you can see you backstage after with the staple pierced in your tongue.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not one staple has ever been false. Not one thumbtack has ever been, like, trimmed off. All of that stuff is, like, legit.
Man, the way that you use a staple gun, I've never seen anyone do that before.
I was just fresh off of watching John Wick stuff.
So that's like, perfect.
So I was like, how do I tie up multiple people with it? Because it's figuratively a gun.
It is literally in the name.
Yeah. Right?
Not figuratively, it is literally.
But I can't, like, it won't get the effect of like, hey, you from over here, pal.
Because then it'll go, pew.
Yeah. And people won't believe it really went that far. And why would that hurt? Yeah. So, like, how do I get close combat with them? So I kind of like figured out, like, start watching some stuff and then like start implementing moves that I actually do into those things. And then, like, who can I do it with? Then it's like, okay, what are the moves you do that I can counter off of that? Like, Claudio popped me up, and you usually know, like, European uppercuts coming, but I said, nope.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just awesome. I have an awesome time with people. Awesome time. Like, and then, like, but probably the one that gets shared the most is, like, there's two. There's, like, the Okada Rainmaker finger clap one. And then there's the Matt Jackson clipped in the nuts deal from Anarchy. And then, of course, there's Marina getting my tongue. But it also shows the vast amounts of emotion. I can make you laugh with it. I can make you cringe with it. I can make you, like, it's all these different things I can do with just one instrument. That's an everyday tool.
It's in everybody's house.
Hopefully it isn't, but yeah. But, like, it's just an everyday item. It's like, why would a staple gun be by the ring? That's exactly what would be by the ring.
Isn't that the beauty of wrestling?
Yeah.
All these things that you can make people feel, right? You can make people laugh. You can make people scared. You can make people cry.
And I feel like that's why my character resonates so much. I have all these different emotions in things I make you feel. I'm not one brooding character. Even though Most Dangerous Man in AEW, I can have fun. You can have fun with Swerve, the character. You know, you can have girls dancing, doing an entrance in the background. Then I could also bleed to death and, like, do all this crazy stuff. But then I could also take a tractor trailer to your limo and like, oh my God, that's so funny. But I can also make you feel like, oh, this telling the story about like my home and getting like buying it back with the contract money and all that stuff. So like there's peaks and valleys with the Swerve character. That's why I'm always ever evolving. And that's why I was like, always, there's nowhere you can't use me on television because I can do all of these different things and bring all these emotions out of you.
The Texas Deathmatch with Hangman was like, there were some moments in that where you're just like, oh, that one, that just makes you cringe.
Yeah. Because that's
like
real.
the barbed wire.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen. I was like, oh my God. I hope his face is still intact, kind of. But in a sense, I'm like, you know, if he's hurt, he's hurt. But no, but yeah, it was the point of like, it wasn't just the spots we were doing. It was just the hate behind all of it.
Yeah, no, like the barbed wire, like snagged up on him.
Yeah. It snagged me too.
Yes.
Later on, you know, like it's all about like, yeah, to me, it was just all about like, there's just so much hate and intention behind everything we're doing. That was the first time, well, not the first time, but like I used a cinder block on him, you know, it was like pure hatred. And then the violence just keeps escalating and escalating and escalating. And the blood keeps dripping more and more and more, you know, and then the first half was just like him getting his revenge for me going into his house.
There's a beauty in the fact that you can do all of these different types of matches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can put on a wrestling clinic with Bryan Danielson. You can do the stuff you did with Will Ospreay in the ring and some of like the high flying stuff. You can do a 450 off the top rope. And then you can have a match with Hangman where he takes you to a dark place and you do some really violent stuff.
Yes.
And you can do it all well. There's a beauty in that.
It was something I've like built over like 15 years of learning it all. And I wish there was so many guys like coming up in the indies now that weren't getting signed so like young, because like the game is like moving.
Well, the interesting thing is there's no like huge stars on the indies.
Yeah.
Because they get signed up as soon as they start to see the talent. And that's no disrespect to anyone that's on the indies right now.
No, and
it's
like
a different scene though.
There's talent. There's tons
of
talent.
Tons of
like,
talent.
Man, I want to see you guys reach your like the new height of potential before you get to TV. Like, but also there's like a leverage in that. Once you do reach that potential, you know what your power is, and you know what like your value is.
Because there was
like, AJ Styles knew what his value was
for sure, and there was there was a phase on the indies like mid 2000s to call it like mid 2010s when there were like think of all the talent that was out there, right?
We wrote our own ticket.
Sure,
that's why it probably won't happen again, because the indies had power.
Yeah. The
indies had value. We had power. We didn't necessarily need the mainstream because a lot of guys were making six figures, getting close to seven figures on just independence.
That's wild. And you think about like Sami Zayn was doing a thing and Kevin Owens, having these incredible matches, and like the list goes
on.
The
PWGs, the Mount Rushmore guys with Cole, then Ricochet was going over to Japan, becoming a young legend over there.
Young Bucks at that point in time.
Young Bucks, like
before they were signed,
like the Bullet Club, like it was something that's like it's going to be. I wouldn't say it's impossible, because nothing in wrestling is impossible, but it's going to be really, really, really hard to capture that magic again, because it's now everything's the race to get to TV, race to get to the contract, race to get to TV. It's like, man, like get to TV when you're 30. Have like be well-rounded. Go to Germany. Like starve a little bit. You'll be all right. But, you know, go to Canada. Build Canada again. Build like the scenes in Mexico. Build Australia back up. Build Japan. Like build these places up again so y'all can write your own ticket. So that like that next guy's coming up can just eat off of what y'all built, you know, like build that stuff again.
The great thing in that though is so many of your friends are now able to work on TV and make wrestling their full-time job because they can wrestle in AEW or TNA or WWE. So that didn't exist for a while.
No. Yeah. It's very much off of our generation.
Yeah.
Our generation, the generation beforehand with like Bryan Danielson and all them, Like, I give it up to those guys tremendously. Like Tyler Black, Seth Rollins, and all those guys, top guys, Kevin Owens, Davey Richards, like a lot of like Kenta, a lot of those guys, just like Nigel, Samoa Joe, Kenta Kobashi. Like there's a lot of unsung heroes in these pools of just like generations of talent that I can go through all these names before you even get to like mainstream TV.
Yeah.
You can go through all these names of pools of talent that help build like all of this stuff, you know, and all these promotions that help do it too.
Yeah. I think of all the talent that was in Ring of Honor, like a lot of those people you named.
Not even just a Ring of Honor, because they became like, I would say Ring of Honor became like a mainstream as well.
Yeah.
In a sense, in a very niche way, it became mainstream too. But the like AAWs as well, Defy Wrestling out there, like CZW for the longest period of time, like Jersey All Pro and all that, VIP Wrestling in Texas. There was like some dope places, like Evolve before it became on Tubi and stuff like that. You know, MLW, go through just like, I remember it felt like territories again.
Yeah.
You know, WXW Germany and then Rev Pro and then like Southside and they'll go into the loops over there. That's where I became so close with like Tony Storm and, you know, Will Ospreay and all those like Tyler Bates and Pete Dunnes. Like those tours made lifelong friends of mine that they created a scene too. Like Mark Andrews, shout out to him. Like so many people that just like deserve their roses more so. Walter, if it wasn't for that, like Gunther and all that.
Yeah.
Tommy End, Malik or Aleister Black, you know, like there's so many guys that really deserve, and promotions equally, that deserve the flowers for creating the AEWs, the WWEs, the current now, the TNAs, you know.
Yeah. You ever think about acting? Because I feel like so much of what you do has a lot of nuance.
Oh, I think about it all the time. I just want to make sure I go into it and I'm like good at it, you know? I don't know. Or at least properly trained for it.
Okay.
I don't like winging anything.
Are you taking acting classes?
I don't have the time yet, but I'm definitely going to like, I've taken like one-on-one classes for sure.
Okay.
But not like a consistent basis. Like I want to make sure I'm like properly like, you know. Also, those things come around when the time is right. There's nothing, I don't want to like go out there hunting for it, you know? Like it's going to come around in the right spaces and the right people. And then like, okay, now I'm prepared. Now I can just dive in and be focused on it.
It's come around for MJF.
And he's like a workhorse at what he's doing both.
Yeah.
Like leaving set to come be on TV to get bloodied up by
he left Happy Gilmore too.
Oh, man.
To like have a match where it's like, well, you could get hurt.
Yeah, to go to Mexico, then do Mexico and like the pay-per-view. I'm like, dude, oh my God. Like, shout out to him. He's another one that's like bridging the gap as well for the next generation.
Yeah.
Of like the crossover star. You know, shout out to him. He was another one I was wrestling him when he was 18.
Wow.
When he was 17, 18. I knew him since then. And he was another one, you look at him, this guy's got it. This guy's got it. To see what he's doing, I'm not surprised, but I'm still always like proud of it. And I tell him that all the time. But yeah, like I can't wait for him to like break open that door more, you know, and you know, like I'm always in favor of the next guys. Always. Like I want like some people like because we do this comparison game. So and so's better than so and so. So and so's better. I'm like he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be.
Yeah,
that's how evolution works.
Yeah,
you know, like it's not an insult to say Javon Evans is better than Swerve. I'm like, yes, he is. At 21 years old, he is better than I was at 30. Like
you actually believe that?
Yes.
Wow.
I have more intangibles because I've learned those things on the indies. He's in the system now at 21.
Yeah, but to take your ego out of that and look at it objectively.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like.
Wow, that's amazing.
Like he's supposed to be better. That's because who was he watching? He was watching myself. He's told me to my face. Like he's watched me and Leo Rush and guys like that, and he took it to the next level, which is what we did. You know, like like Ricochet watched the same guys. He watched Rey Mysterio and took it to the next level because that's what evolution's supposed to be. Of course he's better than me. Like,
Yeah, he's going to be scary at 30.
he's going to be terrifying. Like, he's going to be scary in the next 3 years.
He already
But
is.
like, you know what I mean? So like, but the point is like, I have all these other intangibles that just make me. I can't wait to find the intangibles that he finds that makes Javon.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to find those things, you know? So, but like, is he better in ring? Yeah. No shit. He's taller too.
I feel the same way about Leon Slater.
Oh my God. I've yet to meet that kid though. Never met him. Seen his stuff.
I'm sure he'd
talent.
love to meet you.
Oh, I would love to meet him. Incredible talent. Incredible. Both them guys. I'm like, grab the bull by the horns and take off.
Yeah.
And don't let anybody saying like, I mean, take advice, but also understand who you are. You know, always understand who you are. Because there's a lot of guys that are like out there saying things to like try to pull us back, pull the generation backwards. And I'm like, we shouldn't be trying to pull the generation backwards. We should be trying to push it forward again and make the next generation better and earn more money than we did, just like they did for us. Don't talk shit about us because we're earning like our wage and yada, 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 and who's making money and who's paying the pay, like writing the paychecks for who. I'm like, who cares? Like, who else in wrestling was going to be billions of dollars and, you know, like fund a wrestling company? There's only one person that's ever made billions of dollars in wrestling. There's only one.
Vince McMahon?
That's it.
Yeah.
So who else are you going to find the money to do that in the wrestling business? No, it had to come from outside sources to fund another AEW.
Yeah.
Thank God it was a Tony Khan who actually loves and cares about it. You know? So like, I'm all about like, let's push these guys forward, guys and girls, push them forward. Let's not pull them backwards to like, well, back in my day, we used to like, we're not there. You did that for us to be better. And now we are. We are doing better. Thank you.
I feel like that happens in sports too. Like you always get the old heads talking about the NBA or NFL, like the sport's progressing forward and it's going to, whether you like it or not.
Is like either be a part of it or get left behind. But like, let's push this forward. And if you are feeling that way about it, like it doesn't have to be on a microphone, it doesn't have to be recorded and put out there to the world. Just like, let's push these guys forward. Because if we all just stop, what do you have? Nothing, you know? So let's keep pushing it forward. So eventually it will circle back to getting back to where it originally was. It always does.
Do you feel like you're in your prime right now?
Yeah, 100%.
Because I don't know if everybody is able to recognize when they're in their prime. Yeah.
I know like how I feel. And like the only way to like really test it is just to, you know, get back in the ring and do it, form it. And the challenge is doing it weekly. That's when, you know, like if you can get that flow weekly, every day. Because like having a moment and going away, then having a moment and going away, that's not really a prime. But like just doing it consistently every day, boom, and keeping the interest and keeping the, you know, the ball moving. That's the true test of that.
Did you ever have a chance to work with Tyler Black?
No, never.
Man, you know how good, like Seth Rollins versus Swerve Strickland, if we could open up a door and make that match happen, you know how good that would be?
In his prime, I would love to, like, because I know, like, because his body is, like, I know he can't do a lot of the things he, like, used to.
What's funny, if you look at the way he wrestled 10 years ago, it was a different style.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
He's adapted, right? I'm not saying he's any better or worse, but it's a different style now.
Yes, that's all it is. He adapted, but it's also, like, I think now he has to start thinking about the body now a little bit more. Sure. Compared to 10 years ago, he wasn't thinking about the knee. He wasn't worried about the shoulder. He wasn't worried about the neck. He wasn't worried about these things because he was just going, you know? So.
Do you think about that ever?
No.
Like, do you ever think about how much longer you could do this?
I know where I'm at with it. I'm at peace with it too. That's just for me. I know, like, because I never want to get in the space of like thinking about that.
Like counting down.
Yeah. Or like wondering about that half second too late, too early, because I'm worried about this. That's where it becomes dangerous, not just for me, but for somebody else.
But you think in your head, like, I've only got 5 more years, 10 more years, whatever the number is, 20 more years.
It's not about how much I have. It's about what I'm comfortable stopping at. Because like, I could probably go to a 50. I don't know. But I want to be comfortable at stopping at here and being like, I'm okay with this.
Oh, Billy Gunn's doing it in his 60s.
They don't make Billy Guns like that anymore.
They don't make Billy Guns.
They don't make many
One
Billy
of
Guns
one.
anymore. No, truly one of one. And hats off to him. Like, I just know, like, I'm really comfortable and okay with the person and the athlete and the body of work that I've like been blessed to do at such a high level with extremely high level talent. Like, the crop of talent that I'm around is just like second to none, and that's where I've really feel like I'm blessed at. You know, and to work for a boss that I can like just like celebrate wrestling and football with, and like who's seen my kids and like, you know, my mom and my, you know, like my relatives and stuff, and treating them with the same respect as anybody, you know what I mean? Like, this is the perfect time to just be like, you know what, I'm good. I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
You know, it's more than just like what I put out there in the ring. It's like what I go home to after the end of the day, at the end of the week, you know, and what I get to enjoy doing. Like, just the time off of TV is like, made me like, I feel good. I feel good about my foundation.
Was it a bit of a reset?
Oh, no. It was just like I wouldn't say reset is the word. Because I wouldn't say I was starting over. It was just I'm branching off, I would say.
Okay. Sounds like we're going to see a slightly different version of you.
Don't you always? Don't you always? You know, like it might be more sympathetic. It might be more like, you know, melancholy. It might be more sadistic. You don't, and that's the thing. You don't know which direction I'm going to go with who I am. Because there's a lot of who I am in what I portray on television. And it's not just like switch on and switch off. There's a lot of like truth and genuine feeling into that. It's like, how would I really feel? You know? And I just channel that into something, whatever that is. What is the goal?
I love the way you approach wrestling.
Oh,
I love that.
I approach it like life.
I just think there's been so much has changed in your career, but also I think personally for you since the last time we sat down and had a conversation like this. The growth is massive, right? Like you went from being like one of the top stars to like absolutely the guy who can do it, right? Like they can give you the championship and it makes perfect sense. And I want to say congratulations on
Thank you.
Where you're at right now. And I can't wait to see what's next.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that.
And great to see you.
Yeah. It's always a good time. Like when I see Chris, it's like, man, I always wanted to be one of those people. Like Chris has a very impressionable thing about him. Like, oh, it's a smile every time. Like, oh, Chris, you know, I always want that. Like, oh, Swerve. Hey, Swerve's here. Hey, Chris. You know,
I randomly ran into you in the lobby of the hotel in Houston.
Yep.
And I was just like, Swerve, my guy.
I was like, dude, what are we doing? We got to do this. Come on.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's easy. It's easy, you know? But yeah, it's like, I like to have that feeling. Like even when I was gone, like some people were like, dude, you're missed in this locker room. I was like, really? Like, oh yeah, dude, like you have no idea.
Yeah.
Like we need you back.
Yeah.
It's like, you just never know what you mean to like your workplace or your people.
Yeah. Cause sometimes it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
It's a pretty nice thing to hear. Like, oh dude, you haven't been around. We miss you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not that I intentionally make that happen.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like, it's good feeling to be like, oh man, come on. You're welcome back anytime. Like, or how much sooner? How much sooner you got?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of feeling.
Well, thank you again for making this happen, man.
Always.
And I'll ask you the question I ask everybody at the end. I asked you this last time. Maybe your answers are different. But what are 3 things that you're grateful for right now?
Oh man, grateful for experience. Grateful for the experience that I've had that taught me how to proceed for the future and set up my future. I'm grateful for the flaws too. Grateful for the flaws that's made me look in the mirror and be honest and open and admit I was like, no, you need to change this. You should be better. Because that's how we get better. We don't get better if we know we can't get better. You know? And grateful for like just the ability to just care. Like, I think that's one of like the things that's like, man, I can't get this off my mind because I care so much. Like, I do what I do because I care. Like, being presentable on screen is like because I care. Like, oh, why are you spending all these hours on this music? Because I care. Like, why do you get up and like stay so long and do this for the kids and all that? Because I care. You know, like everything that's happening in my life that's like constantly moving is because I care. And I'm grateful for the fact that I like still have that ability to just care so much, you know, about what I do and who I'm doing it for, and the reasons why I'm doing it.
I love that. Great to see you, man.
You're seeing you too. Thanks
again.
Yes, sir.